are live in the flesh. Again, we're live. I just need to make sure I can hear that on my stream. Dude, what? I woke up with like 100 more followers. One second. I just need to make sure that I can hear this. One second. I just need to make sure that I can hear this. Yes, perfect. We're good. We're back. Happy Monday, White Wolf. Okay. Beautiful. Welcome. I'm going to put in the announcements. Everyone live now. Beautiful. We're going to start the stream in a second, chat. I'm just going to be letting everyone know that I am live on YouTube now, and then we'll be doing our analysis very quickly. Live on YT now. Streaming. Okay, beautiful. Good morning, Paul. How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another YouTube live stream. Beautiful. Ow, that coffee's way too hot. Ow! So you can see we open up and we're already up 0.64%. That is a lot of momentum. That's a lot of movement in the AM. Right? Because of that movement, it indicates that we are going to cut risk. Good morning, Juventus. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Snipe. So, again, because of the huge move, or I wouldn't say huge move, but because of the very volatile move in the early morning, cut risk is anticipated. Now, here we're going to mark out midnight open because that's what we do every single day is we find the midnight open. And as you can see, looks like we could potentially reverse. We have not touched midnight open yet. We have moved up a lot during the AM. So with my eyes, I'm looking to look for shorts down to midnight open. Thank you, Tenacity, for the subscription. I appreciate it. Yassine, welcome to the stream. Right now we're just doing our analysis. I stream on YouTube, AM session, PM on TikToks every single day. So if you want to watch me trade, then tune in into the free streams because I won't charge. I won't charge for this. But again, what's up, Jose? So what I'm looking at right now is price action to reverse, right? There's SMT on ES with these highs. We're starting to move down lower, right? Accumulation in that 1 minute fair value gap. We have 9:30 in 5 minutes. Now, I would love to take this trade. This trade looks beautiful, right? We took the high, broke structure, traded the fair value gap. We're moving it down lower. But two things that I don't like. One, we're consolidating and not ripping down lower. Two, it's about to be 9:30. 1 second. Ow. It's about to be 9:30. And 9:30 is going to be volatile. So, again, 9:30 could rip it slower, but I would rather wait for extra confirmation before I get into this trade. So right now I'm just sitting on my hands, and I'm not going to take this entry, but I'm going to use it as confirmation if it turns down lower. Lev, good morning. Four Dads, good morning. C8, good morning. So, guys, I also have a very special surprise that you guys will see later on in the stream. I can't wait to use it. Oh. The second, like, dude. Yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. It is. It's honestly some pretty cool stuff. Like, I spent a lot of time studying it just because it sounds cool. But again, we're starting to trade lower here. You can see it trades to this order block. Now it's starting to trade lower, but it's failing to body lower. We're waiting for that body reaction, maybe a fair value gap. Then I'll take the short. But right now, everything looks like it wants to sell off down into that 4-hour fair value gap there. And that's where I'm going to anticipate. And if I do miss the short, then I'll take the long on the way back up. But that's a beautiful reaction. Now what we're going to be looking for is this fair value gap fill. That is the confirmation that I wanted to see. But let's see if we even get it, right? Something like this to that to midnight open, 5.4R. So we have a little bit of room to still catch the entry even if this doesn't get filled. But this is one of the rare occasions where I will be taking a trade before 9:30 if I get filled. But if I do, it is cut risk. Remember, we moved a lot. I'm going to be cutting risk on this trade. Yeah, I caught your short Fibonacci crazy findings on that. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. Mason, how you doing? So it looks like it's leaving it away, though. We'll leave it. I see reality. You see a beautiful 5-minute fair value get there as well. Consequent correction is almost given, but I just don't personally like taking it when it's like that. But it looks like it's just going to rip lower. See, I need to, my model does not, might tell me not to trade before 9:30, but a lot of the times I do see price action do this where it consolidates prior to 9:30 and it does that. So I might, you know what, I might add it to the back test. Why not? What do you think about 369 goes want to have fun? 369 goes want to drink wine. Tell the man not to waste your time. The 369, I think it's just, listen, it's cool. It's too much information that'll mess up your trading, and you need to stay simple, guys. Just keep your model simple, plain and simple. Oh. So the Nasdaq is or Nvidia is up 1.17%. Apple is down 0.3. Tesla's up 1% after being up 4%. Reddit's up 1.5. Meta's up 0.6. Google. Okay, so not too bad of a day. Bitcoin is still just consolidating at 112K. Yeah. Really nothing. Okay. Let's just go back to NVIDIA. So the markets are completely tanking right to midnight open, just like we anticipated. So we have the right bias, right? And that makes me engage myself. So, Dude, I'm just journaling, guys. So we have the right bias. It gives me a good feel of the market, right? We have midnight open here. Whoops. We have a nice little fair value gap. Let's see if we could take this trade if it wants to respect it. But I feel like if it is going to respect, it's going to trade down right away. And I need to wait for a body reaction to take this trade. So worst case scenario, we can measure it up like that and still go for about 2.4R on this. But I most likely won't take this until I see a body reaction. We're in that 2-minute fair value gap as well. So I need to see a nice body reaction respecting the quadrant of this fair value gap. One second, fellas. So we could take a cut risk short here. Test it out. I'm going to copy it. I need to open up my Top Step X first. Hold on, chat. So I don't really like the short. So I do need another body confirmation here. It looks like I'd be using this higher fair value gap. But I think either way, our bias is still bearish going into 9:30. You want to go down to that midnight open level. But again, just not the cleanest thing that I want to see. Right? Is there a level it could be going to? Like, I still think we're holding that bearish bias. I just think it was this is the 9:30 manipulation. Right? You see 9:30 moves up. So as soon as 9:30 happens, we have a Judas swing. So I actually might just get into a cut risk short here. I may decide to get into a cut risk short here. It's just too fast for me. So if I see price action slow down, I'll engage into a short. Let me close this. But it's too fast for me right now. To me, it looks like it's just souping these lows. But it also created equal lows here. So we have engineer price action for later. We also have that midnight open that we've traveled all the way above. So we're lacking that movement. So I do think we're still going to turn down lower. I just think we're tapping 9:30 manipulation right now. Back to this consolidation. But again, there's no clear indication of me wanting to take a short. And this did wipe out the consolidation lows. So there is a chance that we could just reverse up to the upside here. So you got to be careful. NVIDIA's up 2.4%, about to go back up to all-time high markets. So that could also be a driver of bullishness. So yeah, so there's two outcomes that could have happened here. We could have consolidated, manipulated below the consolidation. Now we distribute higher. Oh, I have a Zahid. Okay. I'm not going to use it yet. I have a secret that I could use, and I was about to use it to that message. Zahid. But again, we're just going to be patient, right? You can see there's a nice fair value gap reaction here. Respecting consequent encroachment. Wicks up higher. Trace the order block. Back to the original consolidation. But again, we're just going to be we're going to be patient because we are trading a lot higher. Let's get our fib. Draw it from high to low. You can see it trades into a premium. Could take a potential trade here. We get a body there. Oh, hello. Nice swing low formed, and I'll take a short. Because I still think we're going to go down to that midnight open price level. Okay, we're cutting risk on this trade, guys. Because it is low probability because it moved so much. So we're going to sell. Come on. Enter. Oh, I have to enter. Never mind. 1 second. Yeah, you know what? Let me just cancel out this fucking position. This is dookie. Terrible fill. Moving up higher. Didn't even I was about to even enter it on my top set, but I didn't even execute it. I do like that body reaction. So I'm actually, what is it, 650? Yeah, that's cut risk. I'm going to hold this. There's a clear rejection on this fair value gap. If this fair value gap bodies below consequent correction again, I'm going to hold it. If not, the thing's getting closed. Yeah, I'm holding it. Can this thing, like, load, please? One second. So there's obviously clear rejection off of that fair value gap. You can see price action trades from the high to the low using the fib up to a premium, up to that 0.618 level, and fails to go to the upper quadrant. Trades into the highest fair value gap at 930, manipulating up into that price action, that level, respecting consequent encroachment, now trading lower forming swing highs. So my stop should be protected at this swing high here. Just going to put it slightly above. But we should be good. Right? Take profits midnight open for 3.3 AR. I'll take a partial at these relative equal lows. Or not relative equal lows, but actually equal lows. Yeah, it has that for me almost every single day. LUC or Luke. But it looks like it could also be time distorting, chat. Because the amount of wicks we're having right now is not a clear look. So that's why I did identify the cut risk. Yeah. That's the first loss. Let me journal that. Identified to cut risk due to lethargic 930 wicks. Saved myself $1,400. So because I cut risk there by that much, I saved myself $1,400. Because price action right now is time distorting at 930, I saved quite a bit of money identifying that I should cut risk. But again, it looks like it's going to rip lower again, right? It just looks like my stop loss placement was the issue, not the trade. But because of that and because of the wicks, I'm not going to chase and re-enter. That is called FOMO. Guys, don't pay $15K for that BS course. Come on. Everything that guy learned for free on YouTube. You don't need to learn anything from him. So NVIDIA's like still ripping us up higher. That's why I feel like it wants to rip lower, but it's consolidating. But again, price action is still respecting this fair value gap, but I'm not getting engaged into it because it's time distortion right now. Not only that, Zahid, but like, let's be honest, bro. Look at the guy. Okay? Like, do we lack the ability to have common sense, chat? Do we lack the ability to use critical thinking? Do we really think that this guy has the code and the secret to the market that you need to pay him $15K for? Come on. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. I love this soundboard. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, this guy doesn't have the code, the genesis. You're 20 years old. You need to still figure out how to fucking get with women, bro. He did a great job of teaching that before, and he can continue to be doing a great job of teaching that on YouTube. But creating a $15,000 private mentorship, he's not qualified for. If you're going to charge 15 grand, you got to show some receipts. You know what I mean? The marketing was not on point because the marketing completely ruined his image. Completely ruined his imaging. But, hey, you know, he has a plan, so let him follow through with it. It's almost 9:45. Again, price action looks like it was just sweeping this sell side liquidity and then turning up. But we want to make sure for sure that we are turning back up bullishly. Because our daily bias is bullish. But we were anticipating that we go back down to midnight open, but we could possibly not do that. we could just continue up higher right away, drawing up near that all-time high target. But again, you would anticipate that we do turn down to midnight open. But with this reaction we have so far, I think this could have been the manipulation that we use and we turn up, right? It could very much be the manipulation. But it's way too time distortion, whatever, to engage into the markets right now. So we're just going to wait a little bit. It's all my fault? What are you talking about? Oh, my coffee. That yawn reminded me of that coffee I made. If you don't drink black, you're an idiot. Just letting you know. Black coffee is a trader's coffee. If you fill your coffee with milk and sugar, you're a 16-year-old white girl. Sorry. You need to get a bigger table? What do you mean? The first day out 300K feels good. I only entered one contract, E-mini cut risk. Nice, White Wolf. Beautiful. How long is the session usually? Like, okay, so I stream on YouTube around to usually like 11:30. Or not 11:30, until like usually around 11. Then I get on TikTok at 1:05 to 1:10 p.m. Eastern time. I have this carbon farm. Oh yeah, we need to listen to music, chat. Okay, we need to listen to music. I'm selling and I'm sorry. Selling and I'm sorry. It's gonna be very loud though.
Build an app with your.
Oh, that's an ad. Nice. There we go. Just quiet, you know, not too loud. Something that break the ice. So we're starting to move up higher. That makes me want to see, right, manipulation, distribution. So consolidation, manipulation, distribution towards the highs. Now, that is an insane candle. So again, right now, the markets is doing too much for me to engage in. Who's such a capper? 11? Yeah, 11. Like 10:30, 11. What are you talking about? I stay on it till then. But the market's doing too much for me to engage in. It's wicking too much. It's way too big of candles. This is obviously a sign to just sit back and watch the markets. And while it moves, get a feel for it. And then when it slows down, then you engage. We do have challenging as we have an anemic new week opening gap. Anemic? So new word. Plus being a split week month going from September to October, and it's NFP. Exactly. Good identification. So you just lost all my respect. I can't believe what he's done now. He used to be a good guy. I think he was a decent trader, but here's the problem. When somebody dedicates their whole reputation to selling a course, when somebody destroys their whole reputation to selling a course, that shows you that they don't care. They need money. Right? Like what he's doing is just idiotic. It's dumb. It's greed. Yeah. Good morning, Oscar. So again, we're identifying that we manipulated prior to 9:30, and when we turned up, 9:30 was Judas. So again, one thing about today is we're very bullish. Why are we very bullish? Because we barely went to midnight open, and what we reverse off of a manipulation that doesn't even go to midnight open. That's showing signs of price action. Very, very bullish. It looks like it could be drawing up. Like we're already up almost 1% today, so I think we can have a really good day today. You see Nvidia, $100 billion investment, OpenAI. Wow. Okay, that's huge. It's gonna rip up into all-time highs. I think we're gonna have a really good day today on terms of the stock market. So again, it all depends on where your draw on liquidity is here today. Do you think a Monday is going to go all the way up here, which is another, you think we're going to go up 2.1% in the day? I personally don't think so. It's possible, but betting on that is kind of stupid. Where do you think we could go? Well, we took that high here. We're in that I mean, there's not that many targets until all-time high. So there's a chance we can go to all-time high, but again, the market is just doing too much for us to engage into. We're way too high for us to engage into a long. It was way too time distortion to engage into a long down here. Yeah, it's something you kind of want to stay back and analyze first and then figure out. No sugar but milk, bro. I'm a girl now. Dude, you need to drink your coffee black. You're a guy. You drink coffee, it needs to be black. It's the healthiest version. It hits straight to your veins. That's all you need to do. I'm telling you that. What is Chinese all-time high? What? Brother, I watch your about the Fibonacci like for an hour over and over again, all the information that I have before it came together. See, be careful with that, guys. It sounds like it comes together, but then how do you apply it to the charts, right? It can distract you from actual trading logic, so be careful with that. So you see there's not an order block down there. What I'm anticipating that's going to happen before we just turn up, like I don't think we're going to just rip all the way to all-time highs. It's so early in the session. I think what could possibly happen is there's 12 minutes until the new 4-hour candle, right? A new 4-hour needs manipulation. We're already ripping so much higher. I think what could happen is we trade lower in that new 15-minute, that new 4-hour, trade into this fair value gap, and then I'll engage for longs. But again, I'm not going to get into a long here. I feel like it's way too high for me to personally love what's happening. Okay, Zahid. We all know that you went back and never went back. Okay? But that's not me. We all know you like going black. We all know that you went there and you're not going back. Okay? So don't come in chat telling us to go black. We know you like your BBCs, Zahid. So be careful. But don't try to influence my stream into that. How did you do that? Magic. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, we're going to get so much more content. I just need to get used to like implementing that into my streams. Dude, we're going to get so much more content. But again, we're just waiting. Like it's too much for me to engage in. It could rip up right away, but a lot of the times that when you want to take an IO Fed, you want to take it in a discount. We're completely ripping. This would be a decent IO Fed if all-time highs were my target, and all-time highs would be my target if we weren't already up 0.8% on the Nasdaq. But to go to all-time highs, we're going to be up 2%. And how often are we up 2% in an all-time high market, right? Maybe after a big manipulation like this, we go up 2%. But for us to, like, I think all-time highs could be a very decent target, but I do want to see us manipulate a little bit before we go there. And if we don't, then guess what? We just don't catch an entry. Thank you, Lucky. News at 7 o'clock. What time is that Eastern time? Benjamin, what did you figure out when you were trying to find Zeus's numbers? I didn't try to find Zeus's number. I did not watch anything of Zeus's. Guys, chat, like that. I was just studying divine geometry. I wasn't studying trading. Okay. When you do all that, you don't. Why did you just comment C8? Like, what? Zeusy catch the short at 8:55, top ticking this high. Nice. Tesla. What's Tesla doing? Tesla's up 1%. Yeah, yo, Zahid, you should see my TikTok chat, bro. But right now we're looking for that manipulation. We have 9 minutes until that new 4 hour. You can anticipate we trade a little bit lower in that 4 hour candle, then turn up. Sometimes you just gotta be patient, chat. Like I don't want to see it rip too much higher away from this though. But I do think that 4 hour could go down into that range. We'll grab a fib. We'll mark it from the high to the low. I feel like that's relevant there. And you would see that the discount is in that fair value gap. OTE range, right, is in that fair value gap. It's a nice market structure shift. Low, high, lower, low, higher, high. Could trade back down into it, right? And then we look back up for longs. But you don't want to look for... I feel like today's just super low probability, chat. I don't want to look for longs yet. And remember, we have to factor in time. If we manipulate before the new 4 hour candle, that wouldn't be good, right? You would want to see a 4 hour candle to body up bullishly. And if we're going to manipulate, that's confirmation that we're going to go back up there. But if the 4 hour candle bodies down here, before that new 4 hour candle is made, this, instead of this being a new 4 hour manipulation, it could be a reversal. So that's something you want to be careful with. Caught a clean long. Nice, MJ. But here's the thing, Cheesecake. That isn't the ICT logo. He didn't make that logo. That's the circle map of the number 144. Trying to steal Zeusi's course. I see. Shame. I'm not stealing nothing of that guru. That furu. I did not. Do you think I spent 15 grand on that course, dude? You think I need to? I already made more money than him trading. Take sell side taps into 5 minute and 9:30 or so wash rate. What's up, Laserland? Nice reaction to that fair value gap. Looks like it's turning up. So what I do want to see is a little bit of consolidation here, but it could just rip up higher. That's not enough manipulation for me to engage into the markets. Again, what I'm looking for is that new 4 hour candle to manipulate. But it could turn up higher. Like, we could be in a very low resistance liquidity run profile. So we got to be patient. Everybody, thank you for the subscriptions. Yo. Oh, dude, as soon as I was saying that, thank you for the subscription. We're going to try to get to 3,000 subscribers before the end of the week. That's an insanely hard goal. But I think we could potentially do it. Ben should add a bang sound for every time you hit a good trade. Like that. I have a lot of sounds, chat. You want to hear my sounds? You want to hear my sounds? So we got... No, I got to keep them secret. I got to keep them secret. Add ICT sounds. Yo, that's a good idea. Now, again, we're waiting for price action. We're waiting for 10 a.m., right, chat? We want 10 a.m. to rip us a little bit lower. Yeah, I could do that. Also, I'll show you one sound. I have this. I think that's pretty funny. But I just got it, so I'm just setting it up. ICT said the strategy, I think, called Enigma is hidden in his logo. Do you think he found that? That could be potentially Enigma, that no one knows what it is, right? Like, no one fully knows how to apply that to the charts. What they do is they can understand what the logo means, but applying it to the charts is a different story. But again, right? You see how we're forming that market structure shift? We're starting to move lower 5 minutes before that new 4 hour candle. Right? I want to stay in this range for 3-4 more minutes and then trade to that 15-minute fair value gap. But let's grab our fib, and you can see we moved up a little bit higher, creating a nice little level here to trade to in that 15-minute, then to turn back up higher. Boom chicka wow wow song. You know what I'm gonna open? Who here watched the ICT Twitter space in like 2021 of him going crazy on a guy named Vinny? He's like, I'm gonna open a can of whoop ass on your ass, and he started screaming and like ear raping everybody. Could you explain your model a little bit? So my model is 3 entry models. So I use, like, I have 3 models that I use. So 2022 entry, Turtle Soup, and IOFED. Now I need to match those with the profile. Okay, so the 2022 and the Turtle Soup only works with the Judas and the Power of 3 profile. When I want to use the IOFED institutional orthogonal entry drill, I need to identify a continuation model where price action is just ripping with no remorse, like what it is today. And when that happens, I want to look for a fair value gap in some sort of a discount from the range, right? I would be taking IOFED entries today if we weren't already up almost 1% on the NASDAQ. That Vinny saga was hilarious. Dude, that was so funny. You know that Vinny guy is still posting almost every day hating on ICT? That guy's a next level loser, bro. It's been 4 years and he's still hating on him. So don't take this short, guys. It could manipulate a little bit lower, but I'd just be careful. ES started to turn down lower a little bit, right? So it looks like everything's starting to potentially reverse. So there's 2 outcomes that we do here. Are we looking for manipulation of that 15-minute? Or are we looking for price action to go back down to midnight open, which we haven't touched? Consolidation, manipulation, distribution. We're already up 0.8% on the day. If we do that back down to midnight open, we'd go all the way back down here. So we'd create a big wick on the daily chart. I think the odds of that could be pretty low. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to bet on that 15-minute fair value gap. It is very decoupled, the markets right now. Like, the markets are insanely decoupled. Like, we ripped way lower on ES. Right? So that is indicating a little bit more lower probability as well. But it also could mean that ES manipulated a midnight open, but the NASDAQ can just go to that fair value gap. There's a lot of complications right now in the market. And what that means is you just want to sit back and try to get a feel before you look for an entry. A lot of the times we kind of rush into taking an entry, we kind of rush into wanting to know why the market is doing what it's doing. And the most important thing in that is when times where you don't know, there's a reason to go lower and there's a reason to reverse. You just need to sit back and let the market play out. Watch it move. And then when you get a good feel of the market, then you engage into it. But chat, yo, the TikTok stream is going to be golden with this new soundboard. Yo, do you know what's also crazy? With the simple click of the button, I can pull up a calculator. So, like, look. Let me see if it opens on my other screen. But watch. Click of the button. Boom. Opens up the calculator. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that so useful? Tell me that's not useful. I can also open up any social media with the click of the button. I can also type in, again, we're just waiting. I don't want to engage in the market till 10 a.m., which it is 10 a.m. now. Okay, hello. So by the looks of it, 10 a.m. is taking the previous 4-hour high, which is an indication of a potential reversal as well. Right? So that previous 4-hour high was wicked. That could be a potential turtle soup here. A previous 4-hour high turtle soup. So I actually might engage into a short because it does not look like it wants to. I'm actually going to probably engage into a short here. Back to these equal lows that we engineered. I'm going to take a cut risk. Cut risk, fellas. One contract. Let me enter it on Top Step. Okay. Whoa, hello. Did I not take it? Oh shit, I accidentally got into 2, didn't I? So, another cut risk short, but this is going to be a turtle soup entry. If this doesn't work out, I'm really going to sit out and really wait, because then I lost the touch for the markets and I need to re-engage that. Okay, yeah, I'm accidentally in 2. I need to close 1. It's nice I'm in profit, but I accidentally got into 2 positions, so I had to close 1. So I gotta like what, an extra $30 in profit, which is nice. Yeah, got an extra like $30 in profit. But again, if this doesn't work, then I'm really gonna sit back and try to figure out what the market is doing, because I then don't have a feeling for the market, and I need to redo my analysis. And that happens a lot of the times, chat. But right now we're going off of a basically a 4-hour open, previous 4-hour high turtle soup sweep. Yes, today is bullish, but I'm anticipating that we could get a potential manipulation move. Now, I'm going to be dragging my trade into break even very aggressively here. So I do want to see it turn down a little bit. But again, what I'm anticipating is you see price action engineers lows at 9:30, trades a lot higher at 9:30. So engineering, manipulating, consolidation, manipulation, distribution. So there's a power of 3 here, right? As you can see, power of 3, and I'm anticipating that could potentially be the next move that we're trying to catch here. But since we're already up a lot in the AM session, but I do like how ES is a lot lower. It is cut risk. It is going to be a very conservative stop loss placement here. I'm not going to anticipate too much, but what we're going to do here actually is we're going to get our fib of the consolidation, and we're going to draw out some potential levels here. Or no, standard deviation. I already have that. Standard deviation. That was the wrong way. And we're going to see, okay, wrong way again, where this manipulation traded to. We're still in the short, by the way, chat. And why did it trade to? So it looks like it went up to potentially to almost 2 standard deviations of this consolidation, right? So again, that could also mean that has higher prices to go to. I'm going to be dragging my stop loss now just to these equal bodies highs because we traded below that low. The right thing could also be to drag to that high, but because it's cut risk, I'm not too conservative on doing that. But again, we traded almost near 2 standard deviations of the consolidation. Now, if we use it, on the other hand, to the downside, what does our target line up with? 2 standard deviation. It doesn't line up with anything. So standard deviation isn't too relevant in this setup currently. So what I'm going to be doing here is, because price action is taking this low and slowing down, I'm probably going to be dragging my stop loss to cut risk a lot here and move it down here. So this is $255. We went from a $600 risk to $255. This is really, really not a bad entry, chat. Like, not a bad risk management. So one of the most important things in trading is if you're going to take a low probability entry. If you're going to take an entry where you're like, okay, I'm going to cut risk because it's not the cleanest probability for me, you want to be able to manage your risk as well as possible. The reason why I took this is because I'm anticipating that price action is turtle souping that previous 4-hour high, right? You have that 4-hour high here. Beautiful wick, bodies down there. But This is not a beautiful reaction. On terms of ES, it's a lot lower, but in the current profile, it's not that good. So that's why I dragged my stop very aggressively. This is barely any risk for me. Let me just make sure it's a tick above where I actually want it to be. Just in case it wants to do some stupid stuff and just like wick that high. But again, it's in that 5-minute fair value gap, so it could turn up. That's why I'm not going to drag my stop loss back up to that turtle soup high. But again, a lot of the times, this is the reality of price action, and you just need to make sure to identify when you aren't super confident, so you save yourself. If I would have full risked those 2 losses, I would have been down $4,000. But because I cut risk, that was 230, 780 bucks, which isn't even half risk of my accounts yet. We didn't go down on that 15-minute fair value gap, which I don't like. That's why I didn't engage into longs. I mean, into longs. So right now the field of market's a little bit iffy. We just need to sit back. We just need to sit back, chat. Be patient. Don't fight your way. When you fight going long, then short, then long, then short, a lot of the times you mess up. See, it just traded down to that 5-minute fair value gap and wanted to turn back up. So I guess what we missed here with that short bias is a turtle soup on that internal range low into that 5-minute fair value gap that turns up. So I'm going to hold bullish for the rest of the day. I'm going to let go of the manipulation to the downside, trying to anticipate that we're going to turn down lower. I'm going to let go of that, and I'm just going to put my target at all-time high. But with this reaction, how price action is just rebalancing, it's staying in this range, it doesn't want me to engage into longs. I don't want to engage into longs, but I also don't want to engage into shorts. Today's a tough day. Today is a tough day. Why is it a tough day? When you're up so much on a Monday, it's really tough to anticipate what's going to happen. This stock is going to fly. Look at that expansion, fair value gap, boom. Let me see. But not enough for me to engage into longs here. Wow. What's up, Gershom? So it's just in complete low resistance liquidity run profile right now. And when that happens on a Monday with no news, that kind of tells us what's going to happen on the next week. You can see what happened. Where was that? What day did we have that rip on Monday with no news? Here. Look, Monday, no news, rip. The next days, fully fall down. I'm not going to say that could happen the next week, but it's just you want to be careful with engaging in anything here, chat. Danny, thank you for the subscription. We have super SMT. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I'm just iffy on catching longs. Like, I would take that 5-minute turtle super fair value gap setup. I would have taken this inversion fair value gap. But we're just... ES is completely decoupled. It's a Monday. It's no news. We're already up 1%. This is something that just makes me want to go, you know what I mean? Not really want to engage into it. Wait, let me see if I can do that thing. Hold on. Oh shit. Yeah, look, chat. I can use with the board that I bought, I can use emojis. That's pretty cool. I'm in long from that 3-minute fair value gap reaction. Nice. I feel like taking a long right now is just greed. It's one of those days, you know what I mean? It's one of those days. So no news Monday. To anticipate this crazy distribution on no news Monday and then ride it when it's already in a high, it's kind of like, it looks like it still has this power of 3 setup to do. You know what I mean? Guys, I got the new phone, and this is ugly as fuck. Like, chat. Look at the new glass. It's so ugly. Okay, like look at the new notifications. I don't know. I personally don't like that. So if someone is selling a trading course, they're scammers. Not exactly, but if they're selling a trading course with not verified statements to back it up, they're probably scammers. It's the new iOS. You like it? I don't. So again, see why I didn't engage into longs here, chat? Like, it looks tempting to do it. It keeps ripping up higher. We're in that 3-minute fair value gap. It looks tempting to just get in, but it's just, I don't like it. We're up so much. I don't want to engage into it. And sometimes you can just say, hey, you know what? I don't feel comfortable getting into this. I'm not going to. Just be patient, yeah. We're up so much on a no news Monday. I'm not going to try to continue to catch shorts until we fully rip lower. But we do have that 15-minute fair value gap. The 15-minute looks like it's failing to distribute. The 4 hours not ripping too much. The 1 hour staying still. On ES, ES is starting to reverse back down lower again, right? So market decoupling. NVIDIA is starting to turn down a little bit. TQQ's up 2.7%, which is beautiful. Which iPhone did I buy? It's the 16 Plus. I don't want the 17. That shit is dookie and ugly. Oh, I also have 2 phones, so I don't want to get another that good. I don't need it. I don't need to spend $2,000 on my second phone. So again, it looks like it's reacting fairly nicely on that 3-minute fair value gap. But again, it's just, I don't want to get engaged into it. Look at ES. It's just, ES is in the beautiful 15-minute SIBI. We're so high up and decoupled on NASDAQ. It's just, it screams, Ben, just sit and wait. By the way, 80% off if you, Apex Trader Funding accounts. $85 activation fee discount as well. Code Ben if you want to help support me. But again, it's a beautiful reaction on that. Don't get me wrong. But again, I'm not taking it. Yeah, so the NASDAQ is the one that's decoupled, and taking that is just, sometimes you gotta wait. Dude, that post got me 392 followers in one day on Twitter. That's insane, chat. That's insane. I don't like trading before 9:30 personally. I can do that. I'm a full-time trader now, but I don't. I choose to make the mornings for my routine. See how I didn't engage into that long? And look how it's reversing. Benjamin, is Apex a trustworthy firm? Yes, it is. You only get denied if you go against the rules, and they don't tell you if you go against your rules until you request for a payout. That's why people get mad when they get denied. Yeah, but Logan, I mean, if it works for you, it's not my model. I use time in my model, and I need 9:30. All right, we have no distribution towards sell side, but all the manipulation. We have equal loads engineered. We're up so much. It would look good if we consolidate, if we turned down lower, right? Power of 3. We're starting to rip lower as well. We have that 15-minute fair value gap that we could also go down to. But I'm not, again, I told you guys, I'm not going to take a short until we trade a little bit more lower here. Right now, we're too much in a indecisive market that you don't want to be betting and trying to call tops and bottoms. You want to catch the wave in this type of profile. I'm on Tradeify Lightning funded, but it's the consistency rules are weird. Top Step is good. It's a lot more expensive. Apex is good if you don't want to spend that much money. Right, I wouldn't take this short because we are in this BISI, but I wouldn't take a long because we're also breaking structure to the downside. So it's still just sit on your hands and wait for it to play out. Thank you guys for the subscriptions, by the way. If you are new, I live stream every single AM session at the exact same time. I've accumulated $275,000 in payouts, all from live streaming. And I'm trying to get to 3,000 followers before the end of the week. So make sure to smash that subscribe button if you are in the stream and not yet subscribed. Help support me. You'll get notifications. You can turn them on if you don't want them. And I'm going to be posting a lot more YouTube videos soon. So just a little plug. Been trading ICT concepts for over 5 years now. Nvidia's still doing very, very well. I hate the new notifications on that, like that new Apple Glass. It's just so dookie, chat. How many accounts do I copy trade? I'm not trading my Apex account, still waiting for that payout approval, but it's because I did it over the weekend. But it's 2,300 Ks on Apex and then 150 Ks on Top Step. I was trading ICT concepts in crypto, but kept failing. I think it just doesn't work. It doesn't work as well. That's what I mean. He doesn't trade crypto. But thank you guys a lot. It looks like we're potentially reversing here. But again, we have that 15-minute fair value gap that we called out to look for longs, right? But I need to see a good reaction to that because we could also reverse to those equal lows in midnight open. Kasozi Hank, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Since TopStep stopped supporting NinjaTrader, how to copy trade, you can use TopStep X. But with other firms at the same times, I don't think you can. I don't copy trade my Apex and Top Steps. Why wasn't that a turtle soup? Because it bodied above it. I don't like bodying above it like that. So look how we're trading into that 15-minute now, right? ES is reversing though. Okay. So ES, that's one thing I don't like, chat, is the ES is reversing. But it is breaking structure. It could be a reversal, but it looks to me like it's manipulation. That would be a nice turtle soup. I think it is a turtle soup. It's a 15-minute. It's in a 15-minute fair value gap. We could potentially take a turtle soup here. I would want to see this inversion fair value gap, and then I'll take a soup. So what I'm looking for is price action to invert that, and then I'll take the inversion fair value gap trade. because it could not trade down to that 15-minute because there's a little 15-minute fair value gap there. But again, since I'm very bullish, I want to see disrespect that. I'm not going to take the trade if it respects that civvy. It needs to body above it. Then that would be the last trade for this session, to be honest. Anything after that, I don't know if I want to fully engage into, because then I can't have a feel for the markets today. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes every trader just doesn't get a feel for the markets on a day. And if it doesn't work out for them, you can't just keep trying to figure out how to be right, because that's how you blow all your accounts. Okay, so we're waiting for a trade back into that inversion fair value gap. If we don't get it, then boo-hoo. But this is going to be one contract cut risk. I'm actually going to switch to micros here so I can add more, because I don't want to take only one contract. So it'll be 10 micro contracts on an inversion fair value gap. Let's hopefully we get that fill, though. It's a nice BPR as well after souping that low there. So let's hopefully we get a fill here. Very hope. All you can do is hope, but you don't want to chase, right? You don't want to chase. So if we don't get the fill, then what could he have done? I identified the turtle soup. If it rips up higher, then I think that's a winning trade in my books. That means I have the feel for the markets. That means my analysis was right. Doesn't look like it's going to go down to that. So maybe. We had that nice 15-minute manipulation down there. Oh, hello. So any fair value gap in this range before we take this high, I will get into a trade. So this high right here, if we form any fair value gap in this range and trade into it, I will take the trade. But if we break this high, then we just miss the entry. This is IO-Fed protocol for me after that manipulation. Not another turtle soup there. Okay, I'm going to measure it, factor it up into here now. Hopefully we can get into that trade. But again, we miss it. We miss it. There's also an inversion fair value gap, so we're going to factor that there. Keep our stop loss at the same size. But once we break this high, I'm not going to engage into longs, I think. I feel like it's too high for me to engage into it. We'll just wait for the PM session. Looks like that turtle soup was the play, but I didn't get that inversion fair value gap fill, so that's a shame. We missed out on the turtle soup. I called it, though, so I'm happy. Very, very bullish right now, though. Okay, we have another fair value gap here. So we could go down to that. Now I'm factoring it to the low of the BPR, which is actually too much of a stop loss. So we have a lot of PD arrays here. What we need to do to identify which one it's going to react to is by using a fib. Marking out the levels. Potentially get a little bit of a pullback here. You feel like shit, you drink some water. Get high. Drink something acidic. Either add lemon to the water or something to kill the bacteria. Because a lot of the times when you feel like shit in the morning, it's due to old food or something that's old that wasn't digested properly. That's starting to digest with your stomach fluid and it's coming back up. So have something acidic like lemon or lime or apple cider vinegar. Oh, it's nighttime for you? I forgot. Yo, you're so lucky you get to trade during nighttime. Come on, I know you want to fill that fair value gap, you dirty boy. Another missed entry. So the Nasdaq is just greedy today. Eh? You don't like it, Zahid? How do you feel with losing? Be patient, handling missing trades, and that. Does that work? That's the key to success, is being patient and accepting losses. So we're in that fair value gap. Let's see how it bodies. I'm going to take it. I take this long here. Two, one. Beautiful body reaction there. So I was going to be at the low of that fair value gap there. Again, very cut risk today. I'll add more positions though and drag my stop loss. When I can drag my stop loss to this low, I'll add more positions. So when we break above that high, I'm going to add more. Where's my take profit, you ask? All-time highs, chat. It's only 2.9 ROA. I'll add half of the positions in once we break that high. Then drag my stop loss to the low of that. But right now, I'm not going to touch anything. I'm going to keep my stop loss the same. Have I heard of Goldback? Yes, I have. It's very interesting. No, don't worry, Zahid. It's all cut risk. We get a rip up higher above this high. I'll add more positions, but I'll drag my stop to there, which will actually minimize my stop loss. What do you think about ICT Blue? Robert comes to not valid statements and that he is profitable. I could fucking care less about ICT and all that. It's not my focus. My focus is the way I trade and how I refine my model and how I manage my stop losses and all that. Okay, beautiful reaction there. Again, a body above that. I'll add more positions, drag my stop loss to here, which will cut risk. Like, everyone's so worried about other people. You want to know how you succeed? Worry about yourself. I'm a dip. Zahid, see you later, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Pillar Jack, thank you for the subscription. I'll see you guys. See you in the next one. Zahid. Go smoke up. Go spark up, brother. And Zahid, we have to talk still. Bro, people care so much about the IC Robbins Cup. We know his concepts work. Benjamin, how do you set the settings and show the -455 stop amount in dollars on TradingView? You can only see that if it's paper. Right now, I can't execute on TradingView when I'm trading Top FX. So I just copy it on paper so you guys can see. What the fuck is this bullshit movement? Yeah, it's been cut risk all day today. All day. All day it's been cut risk for me. Really don't want to engage in anything full risk, so I'm not interested in taking big trades. And because I cut risk, I saved myself from like $2,000 in losses. If his concepts work for you, he could be imagining all of that, but money is still in your pocket, so who cares? Exactly. If his concepts don't work, they work for me, and money's in my pocket, so that's all that matters, right? Like, it's like saying Patrick Mahomes' playing style doesn't work and won't work, but at the end of the day he wins the Super Bowl. So you hate on results. You can't hate on results. Or it's like saying Bill Belichick's playbook doesn't work, but then the Patriots won a bunch of Super Bowls. It's also NFP week. Exactly. No news Monday on NFP week. Nothing you really want to engage into, not much. Could just be consolidating. Let's see what time window this is. So it's from 9:30. Wow. Chat. I don't want to sound like a weirdo. But everything is in 30-minute time windows. This is a 30-minute time window, and that's the whole distribution leg. Hold on. Chat. Hold on. Chat. Wait. 9 a.m. down to 9:30. Chat. Wait. 8:30 to 9. Consolidation, manipulation, distribution, all in 30-minute time windows. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty cool. I'm going to study that. That's really cool. And then ICT says that it takes, 60 minutes in total of manipulation, consolidation, manipulation, and then 30 minutes of distribution. That's not the Zeusy stuff. So why did I not drag my stop loss to that fair value gap if it was IO Fed? Well, because I factored in that we could trade down to that. Look how price action touches consequent encroachment and then trades up right away. What I'm going to be careful, though, is this inversion fair value gap. So I'm actually going to grab my fib here. Draw out the level. I'm actually going to drag my stop, too, because I don't think it should go below that fair value gap. Save myself from a little bit of losses here if it loses. But price action should not go below that low. The fact that it's rejecting here, if it bodies up here, we'll be chilling. But if it goes below that low, I'm probably even going to trade prematurely. I mean, close a trade prematurely. It should reject. Yeah, see. Okay. Not a good trade. But listen, we cut risk today, saved ourselves from a lot of losses, and that's the reality of what happens sometimes, chat. You can't. Let me just put it back down to that low. You can't get all stuck up on something that doesn't happen. Yes, it's copy traded across all my accounts. On Top Step, I'm not trading my Apex account. Still waiting for my 57K payout to get processed because I did it right before the weekend. I don't know how long. I don't know why it's taking a long time though. Maybe because I did it over the weekend, and on top of that, because it's a large payout. What's up, Applebug? So I mean, that's a pretty good reaction though. So I'm gonna hold into the trade, but I'm not gonna expect much. I'll actually drag my stop loss to that low now. Just like $5 fucking. The candles look beautiful respecting the fair value gap, but the wicks, no. I'm not going to close prematurely then. It's part of my model. It's part of my setup. If it gets stopped up, then I get stopped out. I identified that was the risk going into the trade. I'm not going to close to try to preserve. Still going to add contracts? No. I can't add contracts because I don't have a key point to drag my stop loss anymore. So even if it goes up here, I won't be able to add contracts because I don't have a low to drag to. Bro sold us today. You sold yourself by betting on me. That sounds so fucked. Here's the thing. I'm not going to win every day. I'm not going to win every single day. If you trade your own way and then sometimes watch me and copy me, how do you know that you might not end up watching me on a losing day like today? Then you'll fuck your account up. If you're gonna copy me, you have to copy me exactly from my risk management to every single trade, and don't take a trade off of me. If you're going to copy yourself, or if you're gonna trade yourself, you can't trade like me. You can't copy me 1 day a week, 2 days a week. I just got a 57K payout last week that's getting processed. Okay, So today wasn't my day. Didn't like it. Didn't have a nice manipulation below midnight open. Didn't use midnight open whatsoever. You look on this chart. I have the annotations here. We left equal lows. We didn't touch midnight open. I tried to get shorts because it's a beautiful power 3 setup. Just didn't want to work out. Just not my thing today. But if you're going to copy me and then trade yourself on other parts of the week, you're not copying my risk management. So what will work for me won't work for you. How do you control stress while trading? Risk management. You have proper risk management, you don't worry about losses. 3 pillar. Exactly, Mason. Exactly. So that's cut risk losses today, chat. Don't think I want to engage in the markets anymore. It's typical No News Monday. Don't want to go for shorts either. But if you are going for shorts, if you have the balls to do that, there's some relative equal lows there that you could potentially target, right? Midnight open is down here as well. So it looks like it could be a nice power of 3 setup. But again, I wouldn't bet on it. It's low probability. It's a No News Monday for us to do all that movement, right? Here's midnight open. For us to do all that movement, it's just a little iffy to me. I don't know if you want to go for that. We just had a lot of time distortion today with decoupled markets on a No News Monday. It's bread and butter cut risk, chat. But we're good. We had a really, really good week last week. We made a lot of money last week. So we're good. I'm not stressing whatsoever. But again, this is the reason why I was short today. Midnight open, sell side liquidity. Looks like consolidation, manipulation, distribution. But maybe that distribution will be later in the day. We also are near that all-time high market, so that's why I don't like going for that. But you just got to be careful, chat. You got to be careful. Even with going with longs right now, we're in that BPR. We could reverse up higher. It's something you just don't want to fight yourself with. Sometimes it's not worth going for the catch every single day. If you're going to trade today, cut risk. Cut risk. 100% cut risk, even if it is a very clean, obvious trade. Today is a bread and butter cut risk trade. But yeah, I'll be live on PM session though. That'll be nice. That'll be a fun stream on TikTok. I got my new soundboard. But fellas, everybody make sure to hit that subscribe button. I just got a $57,000 payout last week. $275,000 in payout. It's a lifetime trading IC contest for over 5 years. So if you want to watch me stream every single AM session, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Today was a losing day, but it was under my risk management. If you think I'm a bad trader because I lost today, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. Not every trader is going to catch a winning day, and that's the reality of it. What you saw, maybe you caught a winning trade and I didn't, but guess what? Over time, people that stay consistent are the people that are going to win. You still have PM session? Yes, I do. So I'm not going to go for too much, chat. Be careful with this short right now. It doesn't look like it wants to respect that fair value gap. Took the same trade setups today. Great cut risk, only 1.18% down. Dude, you're not even one winning trade down. Remember that. You're not even one winning trade down. 1.18% is 1.18 RR. You're not even that much down. I'd be careful with PM session because we moved a lot already in the AM. Anyone who would judge based off one day isn't a trader. Exactly. Thank you, Juventus. So again, don't be stressed. You lost today. If you copied my trades and lost, don't be stressed, guys. One day is manipulation to launch us back up higher. You my new guy. No more Tanya or Lumi. Hey, I appreciate it, Jose. I appreciate it. And listen, if you want to join my TikTok stream, that's for more content wise. It'll be fun. So if you want to watch some fun stuff, I just got a soundboard. If you want to hear it, I got like. Get out! soundboards. So I'm going to be using that on TikTok today. But, yeah, chat, be careful today. It's probably going to consolidate a little bit. So no news Monday. You don't want to lose your capital on a day like today. But make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching the stream. I'll be live tomorrow, same time as always. And yeah, chat, we're going to have a good week this week. It's going to be it's going to be cut risk probably the whole week just because of NFP. It's a rollover week. It's a lot of things are changing this week, new month, everything. But yeah, guys, don't stress yourself. Stay consistent, stay patient. I have a free Discord, Jose, link in description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Zeus a clown. I know he is. Why are you telling me that in all caps? No more sounds. Please say it loud. I'm good, bro. Great start. Thanks, Ben. You're a legend. All right. White Wolf Oakley, thank you for watching the stream, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow or in the TikTok PM session. See you guys later. Take care. And peace.